Nice gun control, Rahm. Chicago's death toll soars in just 24 hours. If liberals truly cared about gun violence, like they claim to, whenever there is a mass shooting, they would be screaming from the rooftops over what happened in Chicago over a 24-hour period. But they don't, so they're not. Liberals only care about gun violence when it's a political talking point for them, and sadly, for the Black Americans in Chicago, they don't help push the gun control narrative for Democrats, since Chicago has some of the strongest gun laws in the country, but the most violence. From Wednesday morning to Thursday morning, 6 people were fatally shot and 10 were wounded in Rahm Emanuel's progressive paradise, and no one seems to care. From Breitbart. Between Wednesday morning and Thursday morning, 6 people were shot and killed and another 10 were shot and wounded in gun-controlled Chicago. The violence included a 16-year-old girl shot in the head during a triple shooting late Wednesday. The Chicago Tribune reports that the triple shooting was followed by 3 separate fatal shootings that occurred within an hour of each other. The first fatality was 19-year-old Kyle Newman, who was standing outside on West Jarvis Avenue at 11:15 p.m. when he took gunfire to the ear and cheek. He was rushed to the hospital but pronounced dead approximately 2 hours later. At 11:20 p.m., 2 men were standing in the 8800 block of South Paulina Street when someone opened fire, wounding of the men and killing the other. The deceased was identified as 29-year-old Leo Wilson. The third fatality of the hour occurred on the far south side when 28-year-old John L. Young was shot and killed. The shooting occurred around 11:45 p.m. Earlier in the day, just after noon on Wednesday, West Englewood's Rogelio Silva was sitting in his home when he heard gunshots. He looked out his window without seeing a gunman or a victim. His neighbor then informed him that there was a body lying on the ground across the street. In total, 6 were killed before the 24 hours were over, 10 others were wounded. On May 3, 2018, Breitbart News reported nearly 40 people were shot over a 3-day time frame in gun-controlled Chicago. The wounded included a 4-year-old girl and a 15-year-old boy. On June 5, 2018, Breitbart News reported that Chicago had already